Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another week's edition of HeatPressNation Live. We're your hosts, Jared and Esteban. We're so glad to have you with us today.
That's right. Now, if you guys know, if you saw the promotion, you know that that today we are announcing the winner of our contest we've been running all August. And again, we're giving away a 13-inch by 9-inch HPN Craft Pro, which is from our brand new line of heat presses, the HPN Craft Pro line. So we're pretty stoked about that. We're very glad to have you guys join us.
Absolutely. If this is your first time tuning in, we like to have a lot of fun like this, talking about contests, giveaways, and this is probably one of our biggest prizes I think we've given away. This is a brand new machine, as Jared said, just came out. We actually had a super successful August contest. Big thank you to everyone who entered. We'll be announcing that winner towards the end of the show, right?
I have the winners right here.
Woo!
See, you can't see it. My handwriting is messy, but
there
it says
were
winners.
a lot of you guys,
Right
so best of luck to everyone who was able to get those entries in. We had like over 1,000, I want to say.
Yeah, we had about 1,000 people enter individually. And as you know, if you joined the contest, you know there were several ways to get your name in the hat. So it's pretty cool because depending on what you'd like, if you visited our Facebook page, that's like 2 or 3 entries, you know, which means times that your names were in the hat. You could like us on, I don't know, subscribe to. There was a couple of ways to enter,
Awesome.
Twitter, newsletter. Anyways, but we had about 1,000 different people with multiple entries. So there were tons of names in this hat. May the odds be ever in your favor. Actually, the winners have already been drawn, and we have them right here, kind of like the Academy Awards. So we're going to pop this open just a little bit later in the broadcast, of course.
But there's other ways you can also get involved in our awesome prizes and contests. One of them is going to be submitting your work for Post of the Week consideration.
Correct.
There's a couple different ways you can do that. We got the hashtag up in the corner there, HPN Creators. Feel free to use this on all your social media platforms for consideration. And then you can also submit your work to our awesome Facebook group. It's going to be HeatPressNation Creators. Yeah. I mean, if you've watched this before, you know we can't say enough good things about the group, and it's really a testament to our HeatPressNation family.
Yeah, so many rad people
absolutely.
in that group. You know, it's awesome because, and especially if you own a HeatPressNation machine like HPN, where the Signature Series, Black Series, of course, we have people in there who have presses from everywhere. One of the cool things is, you know, our tech support team, they're here faithfully Monday through Friday. That's Esteban, that's the rest of our guys over there. They're here faithfully Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. We offer free lifetime technical support on all our machines. So we have your back if you ever have any questions. But what's cool about the Facebook group is that, like, I've seen customers ask, it's, you know, 9 o'clock at night. I'll check on it in the morning. We have customers ask, you know, questions. And before we even get in the morning, we have other awesome people who are heat press owners say, oh, all you need to do is this, simple fix, blah, blah, blah.
That's right.
So it's really cool to have that really high caliber peer support in addition to the great support that we have here from our tech support team.
Speaking from a former tech himself, couldn't have said it better.
Tech's where it's at, man. Right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, if you guys haven't, make sure you check out the group HeatPressNation Creators on your Facebook. Great place to show your work and also, you know, submit for consideration for Post of the Week. So your work could be inspiring someone else or maybe showing someone a different process, mixed media. We see it all in there, and it's great to see, guys, and it's all thanks to you.
Yeah, and then also besides the, you know, HeatPressNation Creators group here on Facebook, make sure you like our page. You could be watching us on HeatPressNation Live. We are HeatPressNation Live. You could be watching us on Facebook Live right now. You could also be watching us on YouTube Live. So real quick shout out to all the YouTube people. We got Otto Brendan, we got Jennifer Worrell, we got Lucy chiming in. Thank you guys so much. Want to give you guys a shout out. And of course we have our Facebook live stream. So if you're on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's there on the screen, youtube.com/HeatPressNation. If you're on YouTube, be sure to like us over on Facebook, facebook.com/HeatPressNation. You guessed it.
That's right. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If there's any questions about any of the processes, products, or anything we're going over today, make sure you get active in the comments. Jared and I will be getting to these about as many as we can while we're live. But for anything we don't address, we'll be going through afterwards, getting you guys those answers. Even if you're watching this perhaps not live, maybe down the road, we do get the alerts. So feel free if you have any questions to make this a fun one. Today we're going to be talking about transfer paper.
Yes, heat transfer paper is probably one of the coolest, one of the funnest things that you could be working with. Of course, besides heat transfer vinyl, many of us, especially if you're coming from like the silhouette community, you know, you have your craft cutter, you know that you can cut the heat transfer vinyl, which is like what we're wearing today. These t-shirts we layered some blue vinyl with some white vinyl. You guys know all about the vinyl, but what you may not know is that heat transfer paper is a really cool way to get full color graphics. So you see here, we had to cut the blue vinyl first, layer it, and then cut the white vinyl second, and then layer that. So if you want multiple colors with heat transfer vinyl, you got to cut multiple times,
That's
weed
right.
multiple times,
Multiple presses.
stack it, multiple presses. Now, we have a couple cool examples here and a couple things that we're going to be showing you today. But if you want like a full color graphic, check this out.
Yeah, this here is actually going to be a sublimation transfer done on 100% polyester. As you can see there, beautiful realism. Look at that crisp photo quality.
Super cool.
You can do this actually on a variety of products as well. We recommend material-wise 100% polyester, but specially treated substrates like coffee cups, photo panels. You may have seen us do some puzzles. We just recently did a whole episode on sublimation.
Yeah, you definitely want to check that out. Now, the reason why we're covering it in transfer paper is because, yes, you do need paper, but really the magic of sublimation is going to be in your ink system. So that means you're going to need a specialized printer, paper, and ink system. So even though you need a special paper, today we're talking about transfer paper where the magic is more in the paper than in the ink. So with sublimation, that's going to be more in the ink. Highly recommend. Scroll back a couple of weeks. Check out our sublimation station episode here of HeatPressNation Live.
That's right. But that's not just it. I mean, there's all kinds of printers out there, such as laser printers.
Yes.
There's awesome stuff you can do there. We're talking about like single color transfer materials, weedless, no cut. And those are really cool because...
Really quick. What do you mean when you say weedless, no cut?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Jared. I actually have a sample here of a few different transfers done with Forever Flex Soft.
Can we show that to the camera?
Let's see if we can get this over on that one there.
Right there. There we go.
So this is actually some pretty awesome stuff here. You can see like some textured kind of distressed effects here. This can be done with any laser printer using just black toner.
Right.
And you can use awesome stuff like this here.
Now when we say any laser printer, we have, if you go on our website, we sell, and I'm not talking down on it, it's actually a really great printer. We sell a Brother monochrome, so basically a black and white laser printer. You need a printer that's gonna give you good toner coverage. So if your laser printer is like banding, or you have an old drum on there, you probably don't want to use that one. You probably want to use a laser printer that's going to give you solid coverage. But that shirt that Esteban's holding up, we made that with a black and white laser printer. So you might be asking, well, what the heck? How'd you make those cool colors with a black and white laser printer? Really cool product called
Forever Flex Soft. Yeah. It's going to be a single color transfer material. It's going to be kind of like an A sheet, B sheet that you bond together.
Yep.
It's just going to use the toner as the adhesive to kind of get the material where we need it for our graphics. If it's going to be some textured designs there, or this full double color graphic, it's actually 2 layers of Flex Soft here. For more information on products like this, we do have the number there at the bottom of the screen. Feel free to give us a call, see what we can get you set up with.
Yeah. Now on our YouTube, we do have a tutorial. You're saying, wait, hold on, what? We do have a tutorial on Forever Flex Soft. It is, I don't want to say it's like super advanced to where you can't work it out. You definitely can, but it's going to take a little bit more work and effort. And there's kind of a learning curve on it. So it's probably not as easy as, getting started with, with your Cameo, getting started with some heat transfer vinyl. It's probably just it's probably like level 2, as far as difficulty is concerned. That's why we have the tutorial. That's why we have that's why we have our pro tech support here. But make sure you check out that tutorial because Forever Flex Soft, super rad material, very cool. And you can get stuff that's like similar to vinyl, but with a laser printer. So that's a really fun, and the key there is weedless.
That's right.
No cutting, no trimming, no weeding, no nothing.
No, nothing. Yeah, make sure you guys check out the YouTube for more information on a step-by-step process for that product. It's going to be youtube.com/HeatPressNation. Looks like we got more viewers and such timing in here.
Yeah, we have some comments coming in. Of course, we want to thank you guys. Be sure to get in the comments if you have any questions about anything we're talking about today. Whether you're watching live on YouTube or you're watching on Facebook, be sure to chime in. We're checking through. We have our comments coming in right here on the iPads. So we're checking in regularly. Make sure you guys comment any questions. And of course, we're going to be announcing the winners. We have them right here. We're going to be announcing the winners of our huge Craft Pro contest that we've been running all month long. The winners were selected absolutely randomly by a computerized system. Of course, we'll be sharing that online a little bit later today, but we are announcing the names. We're shouting them out right here.
That's right.
Right here.
So we've gone over sublimation transfers. This is one of our awesome single color laser transfers. There's also going to be more of a traditional kind of full color print paper that's going to be very similar to Inkjet heat transfer paper.
Which we're talking, oh sorry, I didn't mean to cut you, which we're talking about in a little bit.
That's right. Stay tuned. Live demonstrations coming up, guys. Want to let you know we are going to be giving away a prize kind of based on today's theme. If you want to get entered into that, super easy. All you got to do is like and share this post.
Yes.
We'll be announcing the prize a little bit towards the end, but you can go ahead and get that entry in now. Let's take a look at how.
This is how you share. So you're just going to click that share post right there at the bottom. Click post. Now you gotta, I don't know why Facebook makes you do so many steps. You have to actually hit that last post button so it gets shared to your timeline. Like and share. I know we kind of paused the like and share while everybody was entering online to win the craft roll, but like and share is back. So be sure you like and share this post that you're watching right now on Facebook. Now the like and share, sorry YouTubers, the like and share is exclusive to Facebook because that's just kind of how we track those entries. But you're welcome to like and share on Twitter, on Instagram. You know, we definitely appreciate the love, especially if you have friends, family that you think might be interested in products like this. You know, you want to get that like and share out there.
That's right. So kind of picking up where we left off there, FlexSoft, as Jared said, may not be our entry-level transfer. We'd kind of look at that as sort of tier 2. Let's say you're already at that level and you're looking to really bring your heat transfer game to the next level. Well, we have also what we'd call kind of more of an advanced or expert kind of settings here. This here is going to be a white toner laser transfer called Forever Laser Dark.
Very cool.
And we also have this here on the back, another demo there that we've done.
Testing.
Yes, a lot of in-house testing because as Jared mentioned with the FlexSoft, this is going to have a little bit of a learning curve in itself. It's a little bit more of an advanced process. They really recommend more of like your commercial or industrial, kind of like American-made machines, just because.
Yeah, totally. I agree, 100%. Yes.
Just because of you know, the quality of the components needed to pull off this successful transfer. This is going to be sort of a cost-effective alternative to maybe traditional direct-to-garment or silkscreen printing that we can, you know, kind of take our heat transfer skills and produce in-home. So again, that was prepared with a white toner laser printer, such as your Uninet, iColors, your Oki 711 WTs. I think there's a new model on the market.
Yeah,
also.
Okay, they just kind of upgraded that one. So it's really cool. Yeah, so we definitely want to share this with you guys. Maybe some of you, you're kind of stuck. You're saying, hey, I've been using this type of transfer. I've been using that. Like, what's new? What can I offer my customers? Well, these are 3 examples of some really great alternatives. These are kind of some more advanced options for heat transfer paper.
That's right.
You got the white toner, you got the sublimation, where you got the FlexSoft. And by the way, we have tutorials for all of these products at HeatPressNation. At YouTube.com/HeatPressNation. So you want to get on that if you want to see more demos, more tutorials, more kind of in-depth how-tos. You want to see, you know, how these are made, what process, what equipment you'll need. We have all of these on our YouTube. So we have the Forever FlexSoft, we have the sublimation transfer, and then we have the Forever white toner transfers.
That's right.
Which of course you need the laser printer with a white toner. So now you might be asking, well, what if I have a laser printer that doesn't have white toner, have like a full color laser printer?
Yes.
Can I use that for my transfers? And the answer is
yes, you can.
yes, you totally can. Now the process is very similar to inkjet transfer paper. So we're going to show you guys, now we're going to get pretty deep into inkjet heat transfer paper today. So if you're watching and you have a laser printer, just kind of like take notes because the process is very similar. You're just going to be using a different style of heat transfer paper and printer.
And ink, yes,
so yeah,
correct.
so when you're buying heat transfer paper, you want to buy specifically whether you have an inkjet or a laser printer.
Yes, very important.
Don't put your inkjet paper through your laser printer.
Don't put your laser in your inkjet. That's right. That's right. But yeah, as Jared said, we're going to be doing some live demonstrations today, kind of going a little more in-depth to the inkjet transfer paper side. And you know, it's really a product favorite, I'd say, among the office here for a variety of different applications. But mainly, I'd say, getting the full color imagery. This is really going to be one of the easiest ways to get started offering kind of photorealism graphics, full color transfers for your loved ones, family, friends, or your customer base.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what's cool is I was actually at Disneyland yesterday. We're local. We're here in Orange County. So I was there yesterday, and it's awesome. I saw so many T-shirts, and I'm like, heat transfer paper, heat transfer paper, heat transfer vinyl, heat transfer paper. And it's cool because heat transfer paper, especially inkjet heat transfer paper, is just so easy to get into. And we know that we have a lot of customers, a lot of viewers who are kind of new to the industry. You're kind of barely getting started. You know, maybe that's why you're watching HeatPressNation live. You're new to, you want some new ideas, you want some new tutorials. Well, we're here for you guys. We're here to show you guys exactly how that's done. So today, we got inkjet heat transfer paper on lock.
That's right. So I think we got some footage we'll show in just a moment of some of the process we've gone through here. We got a few transfers that Jared was preparing for us before we went live today. And I think they're ready to see us press something.
Are they? Well, let's do it. So today, we're going to start with inkjet with dark transfer paper. So now you're saying, dark transfer paper. Well, what does that mean? So when you're buying inkjet heat transfer paper or even laser heat transfer paper, you're going to purchase it depending on the type of garment that you're pressing. So let's pull out our dark and light here. So this is red. Now you say, oh, that's red. It's kind of a light red. This is still going to be considered dark because this, when we say light, we really mean like white or just like a very, very light color, like maybe a light heather gray.
Yes.
When we say dark, it could be any color really, any color that's basically not white or light gray. So we're actually going to get started with the dark transfer paper. And we have these printouts right here. These are really cool. It's like, you know, just a fun little skate graphic that we had laying around. Now I'm holding two up right here. There we go. I'm trying to center myself. I'm holding two. Now you see this one here, how it has these little marks around the corners. These are called registration marks. Now, the reason why we did that is because whenever you're transferring inkjet heat transfer paper, the entire paper is it's going to be either coated with the polymer film or it's going to be the polymer film. So in the case of dark transfer paper, we're actually printing on top of the polymer film.
That's right.
So now if you don't cut it out, or how does Uncle Joey do it? Anyway, so if you don't cut your transfer paper out, we're actually going to show them this first.
Okay.
So check it out. So here's the process for dark transfer paper, and Esteban's actually going to come around, and he's going to be pressing this for us live. So he's going to come around really quick. So the process for dark transfer paper is that you're printing on a paper, and you have to peel it off the backing. One complaint we get all the time, and I complain about this myself, is that it's hard to peel it off the backing. So a pro tip, if you guys are using dark transfer paper, get your weeding hook tool, and you can kind of use it to either split the corner if you're printing to a full page, or if you're not printing to the full page, you can kind of just hook it and lift it off the edge. So I'm going to start that for my good pal, Esteban here, and he's going to come up and he's going to show us exactly how it's done.
All right, guys.
Look at that slide out.
That was the slide out drawer in action. That was the first thing I wanted to show you guys.
That was it.
What we're going to do first, and I'm sure this is a common step for everybody out there, we're just going to give a little pre-press for a few seconds just to remove any wrinkles or moisture from our pressing area. We got the HPN Craft Pro 1515 with the slide out drawer set to 375 in 30 seconds. We'll just give this a couple right here just to get out any wrinkles. Go there.
And you'll notice we do have high pressure on here. When you're dealing with heat transfer paper, you do want to have that high pressure. So here we go. You can see Esteban, he's peeling off. Now this is called contour cutting. You can do this with your Silhouette Cameo. We did this with our GCC Expert 224LX. So you can do this with either one. You can contour cut it. So now notice how careful he's peeling that off.
It's much thinner now that we're removing the printed transfer from the backing. There we go. All right, here we go here. Slide out drawer is awesome also is because if any of you have worked with transfer paper before, you may know that when it gets thinner under the high temperature, it can kind of start to curl up on us here. So let's go ahead and just get this in position. I feel like I'm missing something. What do I like to put on top of my transfer?
Oh, I know.
It's my handy dandy pro grade non-stick sheet.
Right there.
Available at HeatPressNation.com. Let's go ahead and just position this here.
So now you'll see that it is curling up a little bit on the corners. If this was directly under the heat press, it would be curling up a lot of it under the corners. And another thing that the Pro Grade is really good for is that it keeps everything flat when you're pressing it. You don't want to put it directly under the heat press like that because if it's folded up, then you can stick to your heat press. So we're going to press this 375, 30 seconds. Here we go. There we go. And once again, we got that high pressure going on the HPN Craft Pro. It's very important for heat transfer paper because you want to get the adhesive really, really in there onto your t-shirt. That way it can last for a really long time when washing. So that's really cool. We got about 10 seconds left on there. And again, this is cool. Now, if you've tried this with a hand iron, you know how extremely difficult it is to get consistent time and pressure because you got to be over it. Smashing it down, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Instead of spending like 10 minutes on a t-shirt with your hand iron, you got this Craft Pro right here. Peeling that off, and that's beautiful. It's done. There you have it. Right there, Legends Never Die. I don't know if you could read it on the t-shirt, but there we go. And now we have a full color graphic on our t-shirt. Now what's cool about this is that it's done. Like, that was it. 30 seconds in the heat press, and we are totally complete. We've customized this. You can use this. What we've seen it for, and it is kind of sad, but we've seen this for a lot, is the in memoriam shirts, or the in loving memory shirts. If you wanted, we printed like a simple graphic. It's only like a 3 or 4 color graphic. If you wanted to print a full photograph of someone's face, you can totally do that with your heat transfer paper. Basically, if your printer is good enough to print a photo quality image, if it can print on paper, it could print on heat transfer paper.
Absolutely. And you guys saw how quick that was. Instantly on the shirt there, about 30 seconds, boom. It came out pretty awesome.
Pretty darn rad, I know.
And what do we work with here? Looks like it's
this
going to be...
This is the Parapi Inkjet Dark Pro.
Awesome. Yeah, this is probably what we recommend for most any dark fabric, using the full color transfer paper. I love it. It came out awesome.
That up. Yeah, so now one thing that we do want to show you is you saw, well, I don't know why I threw this away. My bad. You saw how we cut it out and we peeled it off the background. Now, if we would have transferred this entire sheet, you would see this white border. And actually, just for fun, let's go ahead and do that. So we have this sheet. Now, this has not been cut. It has not been trimmed. So we're actually going to transfer the full thing on there.
Absolutely.
You down to try it?
Yeah, rock
All
and
right,
roll.
let's do it.
You want to do it on the back, or should we?
Wherever it fits.
Okay, for sure.
So you want to do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go.
Take this.
So Stefan's going to come back around. We're going to reheat press this thing one more time, and we're going to show you exactly what happens if you don't trim your heat transfer paper, because we get this question a lot. Is, do I need the contour cutting feature on my cutter? Is that something I can live without? Well, that's entirely up to you. We're going to show you. We're going to show you why you do need this on your heat press. So, really quick here, we got a couple questions coming in. Thank you guys so much for joining us live. You can see S is pre-pressing this again, getting ready here. So really quick, Courtney Tiller says, "Hey guys, I love my HPN auto open machine. Auto open is a really cool feature. It just kind of, your heat press will just pop open on its own instead of you having to pull it open. So that's pretty cool. So you can see here, we have the white background on our image. We didn't cut it out. So, if you have graphics that you don't mind printing out your full page on there, I'm sure that'll be fine. But as you can see already, it's not going to look as neat and clean as our previous transfer. So really quick here, Jennifer Weiss-Holland says, I have the Black Series 15 by 15 clamp for about a year now, and I've never had any problems with it, but I want a new one. No shame in that. That's okay.
Do it.
I want the 1515 Swing Away SIG Series soon. You know what? That is actually a really awesome press. As you guys may or may not know, the Swing Away it opens up a little bit differently than the clamshells you have here. Really quick, sorry, we're about 3 seconds away. Boom, called it. So you can see S with a high pressure on there, pulling off our cover sheet. And ooh, interesting.
So I got a little bit of a fold here, guys.
And let's go ahead. But you see how we have the white background around the image. If you're not trimming your transfers, that's exactly how it's going to look. And you know what's interesting? Let's show this to them here.
I'll let you show them.
Okay. We got a little bit. So since the paper had a little fold over on the bottom that we didn't address, hey guys, this is HeatPressNation Live. This stuff, we're pressing for reals here. So there was a little bit that got on our ProGrade non-stick sheet. Now that's fine. We should be able to peel it off because this is, like I said, this is a non-stick sheet. Boom. Came off just like that. So now, if this transfer paper had gotten onto our heating element, because it's hot, it kind of cooks it in there. And that could have been a real nice headache for us, having to clean this off. So if you guys are wondering, why do I need a ProGrade non-stick sheet? We didn't plan this, by the way.
Yeah.
We press with these all the time. That's really why. Just easy to clean off. Should you get any transfer materials on your or I should say off your t-shirt.
But yeah, as Jared said, you can see the non-printed area will appear as kind of like that white background or border versus the same graphic, same paper, but using the contour cutting feature on your vinyl cutter. So as you can see there, it may apply, for some images, some transfers where you may want the border, or you may even be printing on the full 8.5 by 11 or 11 by 17 sheet. Just want to let you guys know there are options here. You can transfer just the image or have the border where applicable.
Boom. Very, very cool. Thank you, sir. So that's dark transfer paper. Dark transfer paper, very cool. Again, the way we cut it out, we used our contour cutting feature on our GCC Expert 224 AL-X. So if you're looking at GCC cutters and you want to have that contour cutting feature, you want to look for the cutters that have the AL-X. So of course we have the Expert 224 or 252, whatever size you want. The Expert 2, you have the Expert 2, which is a great cutter, by the way. But if you want that contour cutting feature where it's able to cut around your printed graphics, go for the Alex model. Really cool. And then, of course, Silhouette Cameo comes standard with the, they call it the print and cut feature.
That's right.
Same thing.
Very good, very good. Awesome. So you guys saw, how we can do the dark fabric transfer paper, 375, 30 seconds. Use the pro grade non-stick sheet. Now, as we mentioned earlier, there is transfer paper that's going to be specifically also for light fabrics. Now, important to note, when we mention light fabrics, as Jared said, we're talking about whites, your super light grays, maybe something like a heather. And I'll tell you why. The background of the image, the background of the garment will sort of play an effect in the image. Is that correct, Jared?
That is absolutely correct. And we're going to demonstrate that to you in just a little bit. But first, for those of you guys who are just tuning in saying, whoa, this heat transfer, that's totally new to me. How does it work? We're going to show you guys live. That's what we do best.
That's right.
So we got another live demo coming up for you right now. We're going to pause really quick to say that we are still going to announce the winners. We have the names right here. It says, you can't read that. It says winners. We're going to announce the winner. We have one winner of the HPN Craft Pro. We have a couple runners up for some alternative prizes.
Runners up?
Yeah.
For the Craft Pro contest.
For the Craft Pro contest. So one person's going to take home a HPN 13-inch by 9 Craft Pro heat press. This is brand new, guys. We just dropped this line of heat presses about 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe a month. I'm not sure. Really, really new. So we're excited to give that to somebody. And then for a couple other lucky, maybe not as lucky, but a couple of other lucky winners are going to take home some fun prizes. So we got that coming up in just a little bit. Make sure you stay tuned. We have weekly giveaways, so if you want to be entered into our weekly drawing, we're bringing those back. So like and share this post.
That's right.
It's that easy.
The theme of the day, guys, is going to be heat transfer paper. Here's how we can post that video.
You're just going to hit share post right there on the bottom, and it's going to ask you kind of like an are you sure? Just post. Share it to your timeline. Let everybody know how they can get in on some of this really cool transfer material and how they can win something of their own.
That's right, guys. There's also going to be the post of the week. We'll have those entries back next week. You guys can get entered right now. All you got to do is use the hashtag, as you see on the screen there, HPN Creators on all your social media, or share your work in the awesome Facebook group, HeatPressNation Creators on the Facebook platform. It's so many ways to win. There's no excuse.
Exactly. Now, really quick, we are monitoring our comments here. So whether you're on YouTube or on Facebook, we are checking these out. Now's a good time to pause for some questions. And I have a good one here from Erica Beatty on YouTube. She says, so you'll need to print the picture with the printer, then run it through a cutter. Yes, that's absolutely correct. So the heat transfer paper, as we mentioned a little bit earlier, the entire sheet is coated with a polymer film that allows it to stick to your t-shirt. So because the whole paper is coated, as you see here, where's our red shirt that we just had? There we go. As you see here, if you trim it off, you have that. But if you don't trim it off, you have that. The entire t-shirt will transfer. So that's why you have to print it first and then run it through your cutter. The cutter should be equipped with, different manufacturers call it different names. We cut this with our GCC Expert 224 LX. So Alex indicates it has contour cutting feature.
That's right.
We very well could have done this with our Cameo. In fact, we have done it with our Cameo. In past broadcasts and Cameo, you're going to look for your print and cut feature.
That's right, guys. Got more questions coming in. This one's going to be from Elizabeth Ortiz. She has an HP LaserJet. Will that work? It's a colored printer.
Yeah, so your laser printer, you're going to want to purchase laser transfer paper.
Yes.
So it works very, very similar to this. We have Nina, and the name escapes me for a second, but we do have Nina Laser Dark, and then we also, I believe, have some Parapy.
Yes, there's some Parapy that you can use with basically any laser color printer on the market. There may be adjustments in the settings that we may need to make just to kind of fine tune or dial in those transfers, but basically as long as it's not one of those large format laser printers like your Xerox or copiers, those can print at a much higher temperature and the adhesive is going to be heat activated. So something like that can actually trigger some of the elements in the paper, but if it's something personal or home use, sounds like it may be likely compatible with a variety of laser heat transfer paper.
Right, exactly. So now what's cool about laser transfer paper is you do have the option for Weedless. Now you don't have to necessarily have a white toner to have access to the Weedless. We do carry Nina image clip. But it's, different levels, different devils. There's different pros and cons to that paper, but we do have all the great tutorials on our YouTube. So guys, if you want to check out, you want to get more information on different types of heat transfer paper, go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/HeatPressNation.
And we did have a slightly off-subject question coming in. Just want to get your thoughts on this. How do you feel about LeBron James to the Lakers?
Okay, Esteban has his opinion. I have mine. I'm super, super conflicted because I've been a LeBron hater for so long. But I hated him not because I thought he was a bad guy, but just because he was always going up against the Lakers. I can't root for the enemy. But now that he's not the enemy, now he's our ally. He's actually on our team, so he's one of us now. He's part of the family, so props to him. I'm excited, but I don't know. So many years of hating him. How do you get over that in a day? So
you know what? I'm gonna say it like this: Kobe Bryant's happy to have him on the Lakers. It's Kobe Bryant's birthday.
Oh yes.
So if Kobe's happy to have him on the Lakers, I'm happy. You can't be mad about having the best player in the NBA on your team, and I'll leave it at that.
That's very, very true. I agree. Well said. Well said.
And then just kind of touching back on the FlexSoft and speaking to the learning curve, one of our longtime viewers, great friend, Stevie Steve, it looks like he went through about 9 shirts before you could dial in the Forever FlexSoft. So it is a little bit of a process, a little bit of a learning curve, but I'm sure it's nothing that they can't overcome out there.
Right, yeah. So now Forever FlexSoft, so the settings on Forever FlexSoft are going to be set for like an industrial grade heat press. So we're talking like Stahl's Hotronics or Geonite. You can still press it with a less than commercial grade heat press, like kind of like a home use heat press. You're just gonna probably want to dial up your settings. So whether it's time and temperature, there is a little bit of adjustment, a little kind of test period needed. So what you could do if you're testing, you want to kind of save on paper, print like 2 or however many, a couple images per sheet,
yes.
And then just trim it so you can get a couple attempts on per sheet. Use it, get it, buy a big T-shirt, and then just press different sections, just so you can kind of, kind of spread the loss around, the learning curve. But it does take an investment to learn. But once you get FlexSoft down, you can do really cool graphics like this. Like this is neat. This is done with 2 colors of FlexSoft, and it's like a foily. And if you were to look really close, I'm just gonna bring it around for the heck of it.
Sure.
If you look really close, you're able to do certain styles of graphics. So you see here. Like this is super intricate. We have some gradients here. We have some really fine details here, and we didn't have to weed any of this. Like we didn't put this through our cutter. We didn't have to weed any of this. Like we just put it through the heat press. When we pulled it out, we peeled the papers apart. The whole process takes about realistically about 5 minutes.
Yeah,
if you're only going to press
finish.
one shirt, yeah, it's about 5 minutes.
But that time cost, you really want to compare that to what we'd be looking at as far as weeding, something that complex or that textured or distressed look. I mean, you're going to be there all day with the hook tool. So if you compare those kind of times, it is definitely going to be a time saver, especially with the application process.
Without exaggeration, that's like a 30-minute weed right there, and I'm not even messing around. Like you guys know, you guys have weeded some I've seen it on the HeatPressNation creators group. We've seen some people do time lapses of their really intricate weeds, and I'm like, whoa, you guys have way more patience than I do.
That's right. We got some more questions coming in. This one here from Kathy Nguyen-Barrett. Winners, as in more than one?
Winners as in more than one. So we have one grand prize winner. We're only giving away one heat press, but we do have a couple runner-ups. I don't know how to pluralize that. Runners up, thank you. We do have a couple runners up that we're going to be giving prizes to as well. So make sure you stay tuned. We have our winners. They're in this little piece of paper. We're going to be opening that up. We're going to be sharing with you guys in just a moment. But before we do you have any more questions?
Eric Cooper was actually asking about the black and white laser printer we referenced that we carry here at HeatPressNation, which can achieve the Forever FlexSoft transfers.
Yes.
That's going to be our brother monochrome. It'd be under supplies, and then under printers, and then under laser printers. And it's I believe probably the only brother model we have at the moment.
Basically, if you're looking under laser printers, sort from from lowest price to highest price, it's going to be our most affordable printer that we carry at HeatPressNation.com. I believe it's around $100. I'll have to check for pricing a little bit later. But yeah, super awesome. We have a couple questions here. So transfer paper we're using for the dark shirt, we're using Parapi Inkjet Dark Pro. I think we're sold out right now. We also have Parapi Inkjet Dark Classic. Nina 3G Jet Opaque is a great alternative.
Absolutely.
Big fan of that paper. Really cool stuff. But this, if you want to know what this exact one is, this is going to be Parapi Inkjet Dark Pro. Should be back in stock within a couple of weeks. Lots of other great alternatives for you to try out for now, though. And then what we're about to use Nina Jet Pro Soft Stretch. That's probably one of the most popular heat transfer papers that we have here that we sell.
Absolutely.
Great seller for us, and you're going to see why in just a couple minutes.
There we go. Yeah, for anything we don't get to, we'll try to grab these as we get going here. Anything we don't address live, we'll be going into after. And yeah, I think we're ready to do some more demos.
Let's do some more demos. You guys ready? Yes,
they're ready.
They're ready. Did you hear them say yes? I heard it.
I heard it.
Through the screen, I could hear you guys saying yes. I bet you there's a couple of you guys shaking your head. There's like, why did I actually say yes out loud? They can't hear me. We heard you guys. Don't worry.
Rock and roll, rock and roll.
So yeah, you ready to? Do we got some more questions?
Eric Cooper was also asking, how long does the heat transfer paper last with washing?
You know what? If you're washing it the wrong way, so the paper comes with wash instructions, how it can last the longest. If you're washing it, but sometimes your customers, they don't always follow wash instructions. So like worst case scenario, this dark transfer paper will last, like absolute worst case scenario, about 15 to 20 washes. And then of course your best case scenario is going to be like 30 to 40 plus. That's if you're washing it cool water, gentle cycle, hang dry. It's going to last a lot longer depending on how well you take care of the transfer. Light transfer paper is a little bit different. We're going to show you how to do it. But light transfer paper, especially Jet Pro Soft Stretch, it actually will kind of like fade into the t-shirt. So it'll look new for about, again, you're gonna have about that 15 to 20 washes of it looking pretty good, depending on how you're washing. But then it'll start to fade in. So it'll actually look like a little bit more vintage, which I think is pretty desirable. It looks really cool. I was supposed to bring in my t-shirt. I'll bring it in next week, I promise, guys. But I have this shirt that I printed almost 2 years ago. I wear it like once a week. I wash it like once a week. So we're talking like I'm at like 60, like 60 or 70 plus washes on this thing. Wear it all the time, and it still looks cool. Now it's a little bit faded, but it has kind of that vintage look. You guys will see exactly what I'm talking about when I bring it in. But yeah, light transfer paper in the long run looks cool for like a really, really, really long time. So yeah, we're really stoked about that. If there's no more questions, let's go ahead and show them some light transfer paper.
Absolutely. So we got our white shirt here that we'll be using. This is definitely what we recommend. You want 100% color value, everything to show up how we look on the printer.
So we have the same graphic, and first we're actually going to press the entire thing. Now with light transfer paper, the background, so you see here, really quick, you see how it transferred a big white square? Well, this transfer paper is a little bit different. The background is actually see-through. It's fully transparent, but since there's still a little bit of film, you can kind of see it a little bit. So we're actually going to show you that first, and then we'll show you the contour cut and how that's different. So you feeling lucky?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it.
Alrighty.
So S is going to come around. He's going to show us how to press it. Now, the reason why we chose these two papers is because they both have the same settings, 375 degrees, 30 seconds. So we're not going to make any adjustments to our heat press. We're going to use the same time, same temperature, and the same slide-out drawer. Guys, if you've ever burned your knuckles, you know how cool that slide-out drawer is. Don't deny it.
All right, guys, what's the first thing we're going to do before we press our shirt?
Pre-press, pre-press.
There we go. Just for a couple seconds. And again, this is just to remove any moisture, any kind of wrinkles, give us a nice smooth work area. Let's go ahead and slide this bomb back out. Got our seams off the silicone pad. Everything looks nice and wrinkle-free. Now, this one here looks like we're going to be doing the full sheet.
Yes. Oh, and really quick, can you show that transfer to the camera? We printed this bad boy backwards. Whenever you're printing with light transfer paper, you're going to want to print in reverse, and you're going to see exactly why. So if you saw the dark shirt, we put it with the color side up, right?
Yes, correct. The inkjet transfers for dark fabric were printed normally because the ink side is going to be facing up. The adhesive was on the back. You saw we peeled to reveal that part of the paper. This one here, we're going to be pressing ink side down. So we want to make sure, like our heat transfer vinyl, that we have this mirrored. So when we look at it, you don't have to be in the mirror to read it right?
Exactly.
There we go. All right, so let's go here. All right, Jared already confirmed. We got our time and temperature settings dialed in, 375 for 30 seconds. I got my handy dandy pro grade non-stick sheet available in a variety of sizes at HeatPressNation.com. A must-have for your heat transfers.
And we are using some pretty firm pressure. Again, for heat transfer paper, you do want to press that pretty darn good. So that's going to go for about, what do we got? We got like 21 seconds left on the clock. Really quick, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Just a reminder, we still have the winners to announce. Of course, we're going to post them publicly on the giveaway page on our website. Here, everywhere, we're going to show you guys. But if you want to be the first to know who won, we're announcing these in just a minute. If you want to be entered into next week's giveaway, we're not giving away a Craft Pro next week, but we do have fun prizes every week. Be sure to like and share this video that you're watching now.
Now you guys may see me with this cloth here. I'm using this just for a little added stability, keep my hand away from the high temperature. I believe we actually have a video on that we may have done in the past.
Yes, sir.
Especially useful with that high temperature transfer and high pressure.
Look at that slide out.
You ready? You guys ready for the reveal?
Let's do it.
All right, so how do we like to peel our transfer paper, Jared?
You're just gonna want to peel in one smooth motion. So you don't want to, wow. Sorry, I got distracted by that beautiful transfer.
Well, it was printed well.
So now with a heat transfer, you want to give it just a little stretch while it's still hot. Not too hard, but just like a nice little tug. And that's going to actually help the polymer get like inside the seams for maximum stretchability after it cools. You don't need to repress this bad boy. You just want it right there. So now really quick, here on camera, it's actually kind of hard to tell. You don't see that square outline around the t-shirt. And we're probably going to show you, I have a different shirt plan to show you that. But you see that? It's really cool. From far away, if you would have not cut it, most people won't notice. You can't, it's kind of hard to tell on camera. Can we try to get that edge on camera? Let's see. The corner. It's like, can you see? It's like right there. It's like, oh, S has it. You show him, you show him.
It's right here, this borderline there where we have the polymer film that transferred as well. This is the non-printed area. Pretty transparent, but upon close inspection, you may be able to detect it with the eye.
Yeah, and I think as the shirt gets a little dirty, of course, if you like spill something on there, it's gonna look a little different when your spills land on the kind of printed area versus on the plain t-shirt. So maybe right now on camera, you might be thinking, hey, that looks pretty good. I'm never gonna cut my transfer again. If you were actually here, like, and you had your eyes on it, then you would be able to know. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the exact same thing, but we do have a contour cut transfer. And we did use our silhouette cutting mat, which is cool. The thing I love about silhouette cutting mat, even if you don't own a silhouette, you have a different cutter, this is a great cutting mat.
No, absolutely.
They know what they're doing.
The 12x12 also available in 12x24 for those 11x17 heat transfer pages. And look at this here, easy peasy.
And then we have, this is cool because look at this. It cut perfectly around our transfer. So now when we transfer to our light transfer paper, we're only gonna get just our main image. So really cool, really great feature. And now, S, I'm sending you back onto the war zone, buddy.
All right, I'll let you get that up on off the cutting mat there.
There you go. Yeah, you wanna be careful when peeling it off your cutting mat. If you pull up or if you pull too hard, then it's gonna like curl. So there we go.
All right, this shirt looks like it can handle another one. We'll go ahead and put this on the back there. What do you say?
There we go. Looks good. Actually, let's put it on the bottom.
Bottom? You get it?
Yeah. Just so I think, now I'm not sure, but this would be a horrible way to find out. I think that if we put the Jet Pro Soft Stretch, facing the silicone pad, we could stain our silicone pad.
Ah.
Oh, here, there's a little handle on the bottom there. There we go.
High pressure for this transfer. All right, so let's go ahead, position this here.
That puppy is going face down.
Underneath our pro-grade non-stick sheet. Slide that back in here.
Boom. Pressing that for another 30 seconds. We're going to show you guys, we're going to give you a close-up look at how it looks when you contour cut around it. Again, if you're watching here on camera, you may not see too big of a difference, but we guarantee you, if you tested this at home, I know some of you probably have, if you tested this at home, you know that there is a pretty big difference whether you contour cut it or not. Let me see. We have a lot of people saying, me, please, me, please. Well, I don't know. We have the winners in there. Not sure who's going to win. You got to stay tuned to find out. S is going to open that up, pull that out, and there we go. We're going to get a hot peel on there. You want to peel it as ASAP as possible, as Michael Scott says.
As Jared said, once this is done being peeled and it's still warm, just want to give a nice pull around the transfer, really help that polymer film settle in.
Yeah, you don't want to pull too hard because then it'll crack, but just enough to let it get in between the seams. And I guarantee you this bad boy is going to last a really, really long time. So that is a super awesome transfer. And yeah, it's very cool. Now, we get a lot of questions. Why does light transfer paper only work on white shirts or light colored shirts? And that's because your inkjet printer doesn't have any white ink. Bottom line, your inkjet printer doesn't have any white ink, so when we're transferring to the shirt, and look at this beautiful, way to go. Look at this beautiful transfer right here. When we're transferring to this shirt, the white that you see in the graphic, it's actually just the white of the t-shirt coming through. So you see kind of some of our text, you see like the stars on top. That's actually the white of the shirt coming through the graphic. That's what's giving its color vibrancy and everything. It's what makes it look so darn good, if we're being honest. Now, let's say we were to transfer this exact same graphic. Oh, look at this. I happen to have a spare. How does that happen?
Wonderful.
Now, we were to transfer this exact same graphic over to a blue t-shirt, you will notice a drastic difference in the appearance of our transfer. Now, if we were transferring images of people's faces or something like that, you know, the white of the eyes, the hopefully white of the teeth, the yellow of the teeth, depending on whose picture it is, the white of the teeth, that would actually come out blue if we pressed it on this t-shirt. So we're going to test it, actually. I mean, we have the extra transfer.
Why not?
Let's do it. So here, why don't you get the questions?
Okay.
I want to have some heat press.
There we go. Do you have a question here coming in from Shirley McKinney Krause? If you don't have a cutter, can you hand cut the image out? Yes, you can. It may not be the most optimum way to prepare the transfer if you're in like a production setting, but you know, for a one-off, you know, my boy Michael Garcia downstairs, he's shown me if you're just a little patient, you can certainly hand cut with precision, get your transfer ready if you don't have the contour cutting. But something like a Silhouette Cameo or the LX series of the GCC Expert 2 line, those have the contour cutting or print and cut features in there, really dialed in, nice and precise. The machine can do the work for you guys. Looks like Jared's ready to come on up with his transfer.
Let's do it.
Take it away.
So as you can see, I have my transfer right here, and then we have, let me just readjust this plate here. We have our blue, our heather blue, really cool t-shirt right here. Just even that out. Now, one thing that when you're pre-pressing, you can close the press on, or you can just kind of hold it in place. I'm just going to kind of hold it in place for about 5-6 seconds here. Ooh. And again, that's going to get you really want to get the moisture out. That's kind of like the big deal as to why we do things the way we do. Of course, we have this transfer. Where's the top? Again, we're using Inkjet Light transfer. So this is going backwards because it's going face down. You'll see it come out right in a minute. And we're pressing the whole entire sheet. So really quick here, going to lay that down. I got my ProGrade non-stick sheet over it. Gonna slide that back in. Look at that slide out. Gosh darn, cannot oversell that. Anyway, we're gonna slide that back in. We're gonna press this puppy 375 for 30 seconds.
There we go. Got more questions coming in here, guys. This next one's from Pablo Camacho. Can you use 100% cotton with the paper you just used? That's going to be a big yes, Pablo Camacho. These are confirmed for 100% polyester, 100% cotton, cotton poly blends. I've seen some users using some of our heat transfer paper even on nylon coaches jackets. So it's really only going to be limited by your imagination. We do recommend a test press with new material though, to see how it's going to hold up under that heat.
All right, now there is a little handle under here. You can't see it, but you can use that for added leverage as well. It's the handle for the slide out drawer. Check that puppy out. We're gonna pull this away. And this is Jet Pro Soft Stretch, so we actually do want to give it a nice, ooh, that is hot. Give it a nice warm peel. Now look at the difference in this graphic here. And yes, we do want it to last long. We're gonna give it a really quick stretch. There we go. So that looks pretty good, or does it? So really quick here, we're gonna show the camera. Oh, I'm kind of close. We're gonna show the camera. You see how it has, you could probably see it a little bit better now. This, you can probably see the square around it better. But look at it, it looks like totally faded, like you can't, it doesn't look as vibrant. And I'm gonna come around here with this. Sorry, excuse me. Let's see. So Esteban's going to show what he transferred. I can show what I transferred. And you can kind of see which one you want on your t-shirt more, right? So now his looks vibrant and bold. Mine looks just like faded out, almost vintage. I mean, if you're into that, by all means, make your shirts like that. Versus this t-shirt, right? Now his still looks vibrant and bold because he used the right transfer paper. And we also, by the way, we get a lot of questions with sublimation, like, why can I only sublimate onto white t-shirts? It's the exact same reason. If we were to sublimate onto a 100% polyester blue shirt, it would look just like this, and that's because your printer doesn't print any white ink, so the color of the garment heavily influences the final output or the final color of your transfer. So yeah, that's awesome. Oh, and then yeah, you can see we didn't trim it, so we still got that square, which is a lot more noticeable on a darker shirt than it is on a white shirt.
There we go.
There we go.
Trying to get to a few more of these questions we got here. Takara Norwood missed this. Can the FlexSoft be used with the laser printer? That's going to be a big yes. The Forever FlexSoft is actually designed, formulated only for laser toner. So it doesn't need to be color. You can use the Forever FlexSoft transfer material with the black and white, like our monochrome brother printer, available at HeatPressNation.com. Let's see here. Jennifer Weiss Holland, the Forever FlexSoft is for inkjet printers. That's going to be a negative. Forever FlexSoft, as we said, is going to be geared towards laser toner printers only. No inkjet.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate, but on the bright side, you can use FlexSoft with our super affordable Brother monochrome printer. You may already have a laser printer that prints black and white. As long as it gets good toner coverage, you're going to be set. You're going to be ready to go with that particular brand of paper.
That's right. Another one coming in from Kimberly Colson. I'm just getting started, but can you give me the best settings for flock? I don't have those off the top of my head, but I'd be happy to get those in a comment back to you after we're done with the broadcast today. Pressure, time, temperature, see if I can get some cutting settings for you as well.
Yeah. And by the way, we do sell Caesar strip flock here on our website. So if you go to HeatPressNation.com, go to the product. So find the Caesar strip flock, and on the product page, it actually has instructions listed on there. So we're still going to comment those to you, but if maybe somebody else is watching, you need it like right now, go ahead and go over to our website, HeatPressNation.com. You can find the product there, and all the products come with instructions.
That's right. Got another one coming in from Melissa Durr. If we are a winner but can't stick around for the announcement, will we get a call?
You won't get a phone call, but you will get an email. So you will be emailed you will be emailed what the prize is, if you won, what you won, and etc. But we're just going to announce them here live first. But trust me, winners will be contacted immediately after this live broadcast because we got to get your info. We got to get you your prize.
That's right.
So here we have some questions also coming in here. Erica Beatty says, okay, I have a Cameo, so I have to try it. Yes, you do. What I would suggest is if you have an inkjet printer already or a laser printer, get a sample pack. We do sell sample packs at HeatPressNation.com. It'll give you a little bit of light transfer paper. So we have two main brands that we have, Nina and Parapi. So you get a couple sheets of each for light, a couple sheets of each for dark. Really great stuff, really fun to use. What type of blend are the t-shirts you guys are using, 100% or 50-50? That's a great question.
50-50.
50-50 on the red one. I know for sure the white is 100% cotton. Should be, right?
Correct. Yeah. 100% cotton on the white garment. These two are going to be blended 50-50 cotton poly. Elizabeth Ortiz, I missed what those mats are called, and can they be used only with the printable sheets you're using? What we were working with was our Silhouette Cameo cutting mat. This is the 12x12 model, also comes in the 12x24.
Love that one, by the way.
If you're looking to do 11x17 heat transfer paper, that's going to help you get the full graphic on there if you need to do any kind of contour cutting. These are all available on the website.
Yeah, so yeah, the Silhouette Cameo cutting mat, like again, I use this with my GCC Expert 224LX. It's just a cutting mat. Now, if you're cutting heat transfer paper, you have to have a cutting mat. I think we probably should have said a little bit earlier. When you're cutting heat transfer paper, especially light transfer paper, because the blade needs to cut all the way through and completely cut out your light transfer paper, you want to have it on a cutting mat. Otherwise, it's just going to shred up your paper. So you cannot load in your heat transfer paper directly into the cutter. With dark transfer paper, I mean, it's really delicate, so I don't suggest it. I know some people have kind of gotten away with it, but you might waste a little bit of paper figuring out your settings. And the easiest thing to do is put it on a cutting mat, and whatever settings you're using for vinyl, as far as like pressure, blade depth, whatever settings you're using for vinyl, you just want to dial back your pressure a hair. For example, on our Expert, we usually cut vinyl at 80 grams of force. For when we were cutting our dark transfer paper, we pulled it up to about 70 grams of force. And when we were cutting our light transfer paper, because it had to cut all the way through, we kept the same blade depth, but we upped it to 120 grams. So you kind of get an idea about how much it takes. I know Silhouette Cameo has like presets as far as like, how you should set up. So that's really cool about the Cameo.
There we go. Jared, this question is from Laura. She's asking, does the non-stick sheet have lines that are visible in your pressed vinyl if you press without the carrier sheet?
Say that again?
Does the non-stick sheet have lines that are visible in your pressed vinyl if you press without the carrier sheet? I'm wondering if she's talking about maybe the impressions of the fabric showing through the vinyl as a sign of good pressure.
Yeah, you'll still get those. If you press with if you press with the non-stick sheet, like I know it looks like it has like lines on it, but it's a very smooth surface, so it's not going to leave any impression on your garment at all. The non-stick sheet, it's as if it wasn't even there. I think the only effect it has is certain types of dark transfer paper. If you press with a non-stick sheet, you're going to get a glossy finish, versus if you press with parchment paper, you might get a more matte finish. So I think that's the only time it really affects your transfer. Other than that, like with light transfer paper, since it's going ink side down, it's only touching the back. It's not going to have a difference at all.
Yeah, mainly what you want to have on your machine, let's say any heat transfer, is a layer of protection for the elements that can be provided by the pro-grade non-stick sheet, by your parchment paper. Parchment paper you kind of want to keep an eye on. If there's getting any kind of dye migration or any kind of residue from a previous transfer, you probably want to discard that parchment sheet and get a new one there so we can keep the element nice and clean. That's what we want there.
Antone Williams on YouTube is asking, can a contour line be added for the Expert 2? If you have the Expert 2 LX, then yes. Unfortunately, the Expert 2 Standard does not have contour cutting. So you probably want to put that on Craigslist so you can upgrade, I don't know. Or if you want a cheap alternative just to handle your contour cutting, the Cameo, very affordable, and it does have the print and cut feature. So you can contour cut basically everything that we cut out for the inkjet heat transfer paper, like this graphic right here. You can cut that on the Cameo. Today we happen to do it on a different cutter.
That's right. Man, so I mean, this was awesome. I'm really glad we got to kind of show the difference, what dark and light is. I know that's a question we get a lot, downstairs, and really showing how, the different types of paper will look on different colored material.
Yeah, exactly. So we thank you guys so much for tuning in, for checking us out, for watching these tutorials. Again, we have tutorials for all this stuff on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/HeatPressNation. But now it's time for the moment we've all been waiting for.
Ready to give away a machine?
Let's give away a heat press.
Awesome.
All right, so we have the winners right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it does say winners. It's in my handwriting, so it's very ugly. And let's hear. You want to start?
Yeah, it's this Lady and the Tramp. This. I'll meet you in the middle. There we go.
So the grand prize winner of the 13-inch by 9-inch HPN Craft Pro is. Count 3.
1, 2, 3. Faye Driggers.
So Faye Driggers, you're our grand prize winner.
Where's our studio audience?
Woo, yeah! So anyways, Faye Driggers, thank you so much for entering. We're going to be sending you a HeatPressNation Craft Pro 13-inch by 9-inch heat press. It has the slide-out lower platen. It's very cool, very awesome. It's going to look great at your crafting station. So we're very happy for you, Faye Driggers, but we do have
our first run. We got a couple runners up.
We got 2 runners up. So now our runners up are going to be winning our Essentials prize pack. So what that is going to be
T-padded set.
Pro grade non-stick sheet, which you just saw us use right now.
And one of our favorite tools to use around here are T-Square-Its. So you'll be receiving a pack of all of those awesome supplies. Our first runner-up is going to be
Brian Hudson. So Brian Hudson, thank you so much for entering. You're taking home one of our runner-up prize packs. Again, set of T-Paddeds, Pro Grade Non-Stick Sheet, which you just saw today, and a T-Square-It. Thanks so much, Brian Hudson. And then we have our other runner-up, which is going to be
Trina Greathouse.
Trina Greathouse, thank you so much for entering. Same thing. Whatever I said to Brian goes ditto for you.
That's right. He's talking about the T-Padded set, a brand new Pro Grade Non-Stick Sheet, and a brand new T-Square-It. Want to thank all of you guys for making this such a fun contest, so successful. Really help us kick off this brand new line of products for us here at HeatPressNation that we're super proud of, super happy to bring to you guys. For those of you who didn't win, there's a contest we're doing today. We're going to be giving away a heat transfer paper sample pack. You'll be able to try some of the awesome products we're working with today for light and dark, try out some awesome brands, and really see what's going to be best for your application before you invest in that full 50 pack.
Exactly. And for those of you guys who are our future winners, we don't say losers, we say future winners here because we're giving away stuff every week. For example, if you want to give it to be entered into a random drawing, all you got to do is like and share this post.
That's right.
This exact video that you're watching right now, like and share it. Like the video, share it to your timeline. Next week, we're just going to be pulling names out of a cup like we do every week.
That's right.
Giving away stuff at random. Or if you want something a little bit more skills or voting based, next week we will have Post of the Week. ready for you guys, which is where we present our picks, our 3 favorite posts that we've seen in the week, 3 favorite crafts made by you guys, 3 favorite t-shirts or whatever it is that you're making. We share it. You, the viewers, vote on the winner. So we're excited to have that running again next week. We'll see you guys at the same time and same place. We're here every Thursday morning, today was 9:35. Sorry.
No
We're
worries.
here every Thursday morning, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern.
That's right, guys. The hashtag's right there. If you want to get those post of the week entries in, you can also submit your work to our Facebook group, HeatPressNation Creators. As we said earlier, awesome group. If you haven't joined already, make sure you get that request in. More opportunities for free prizes. And make sure you check out the YouTube channel as well.
Yes. We have tutorials for everything that we shared here, whether it's inkjet paper, whether it's contour cutting. We show you how to contour cut on the Cameo. We use the expert backstage, so you didn't see it, but we do have a tutorial how to contour cut with the expert. So if you guys want to know how to do any of this stuff, check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/HeatPressNation. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel. It's great. We're posting new content all the time, so it's amazing. One more thing we want to do today is we want to give a big, huge shout out to our buddy Leo. You guys don't know him, but odds are if you've received anything, let's give him a hand clap, yeah. If you've received anything from our warehouse, chances are he's the one who packed it and shipped it all nice for you. If it came damaged, blame UPS. If it came perfect, Leo has your back. So so Leo, he's moved on to bigger and better things, so we want to thank him for his service here, and honestly for being such a good friend.
No, absolutely. Leo's, one of my favorite parts about working at HeatPressNation, one of our favorite guys around here. Great fellow. Is going to be a tremendous asset as he moves on, but he's going to definitely leave a big Leo-sized hole here at HeatPressNation and in our hearts. So we wish you nothing but the best. You better keep in touch and stick around. And I think we got one last note here. Want to have a kind of a birthday wish for local legend of sorts.
Yeah.
The man, the myth. Kobe Bean Bryant celebrates the big 4-0 today. So we want to thank you for everything you've given us over the years and the inspiration moving forward. And from all of us at HeatPressNation, happy birthday.
Awesome. Well, from Esteban and myself, we thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you to over 1,000 people, individual people who entered to win the Craft Pro. Congrats to our winners again. Grand prize, we got Faye Driggers, first runner-up, Brian Hudson, second runner-up, Tina Greathouse. Guys will be getting in contact with you I'm going to run to my computer, hit you guys up. We thank you so much, everybody, for joining, and see ya.
That's it, guys. See you next time.